Just like we had gone to Bangalore a few days back before Nityananda Prabhu Trayadashi to bring Varahadev, the Varaha Shaligrama from Bangalore to here. That supreme absolute truth. He was traveling with us in the car from Bangalore to Chennai in a small box. We were carrying him in that. And then in between, because the Lord will feel hungry, in between at the due time, we stopped, scheduled in between somewhere we stopped. Then some fruits were offered. Vedatma Prabhu was there. He offered some fruits, some water, and all those things. And then again, we put him back in the box and continued our journey. Can you imagine? The Supreme Lord, Supreme Absolute Truth, whom big yogis, jnanis, they are all trying to capture. Big demons like Hiranyaksha are not able to capture. We are carrying in a small box in our car and coming. This is the love of the Supreme Lord. He reduces himself to such a small size that we can easily carry him in our palm, put him in a box, put him in a bag, and carry him around our neck. That's how olden days when Brahmanas, they would travel, they'd take the Shaligram Shila, put it in a bag, put it around their neck and go travel from place to place. And wherever required, they would stop and offer the whatever fruits, water, whatever they had to offer, they would offer to the Lord and carry on. The Lord agrees. He takes on a form which is small enough for the devotee to carry with him. But he is not limited by that form. Just like we know how Gopala Bhatta Goswami, he was worshipping a small Shaligrama Shila. And he used to be in Sri Vrindavan Dham, and every day he used to worship the Shaligrama Shila. And then his other associates, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, they all had deities. They had Madan Mohanji, they had Govind Devji, they had Damodarji, Jiva Goswami had Damodarji. All the other Goswamis were having deities, and every day Gopal Bhatta Goswami would see them nicely decorating their deities and doing nice arti and all that. One day somebody came and offered some dress to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. For your deity, I brought some dress. You can please offer. Then Gopala Bhatta Goswami was thinking, all my other god brothers, Goswamis, they all have such wonderful deities. They are decorating the Lord so nicely. But what to do? My Lord is in a Shaligrama Rupa. I cannot dress him. What to do? Like that, he started crying. And crying, he went to sleep that night. Oh, my Lord, I'm not able to offer him ornaments. I'm not able to offer him any dress. What to do? I'm so unfortunate. Like that, crying, he went to sleep. Next day morning, he woke up and took his bath, went to Yamunaji, took his bath and all, and came back to his room to start the daily worship of his Shaligrama Shila. When he opened the box, Radha Ramanji was there. That Shaligram Shila had transformed into that wonderful, amazing, such a beautiful Radha Ramanji. And Gopala Bhatta Goswami was thrilled. Finally, he could decorate his Lord. He could offer him ornaments. He could offer him dresses. Everything he could offer him to his heart's satisfaction. So you can see how, even though the Lord has taken the form of a Shaligram Shila, or he has taken the form of a small deity in the temple, he is not limited by that. Our vision is limited. We are seeing him in a limited form because our vision is limited. But the self-same, infinite, supreme Lord is standing in the temple hall, in the altar. He is not confined to that altar. He is not confined to that form. He is infinite. He is immeasurable. He can do unimaginable things he can do. But our limited vision, we can see only this much. So the Lord takes that form which we can see and which we can serve easily. Because ultimately, the relationship between Krishna and his devotees is that of loving service. Therefore, if the Lord assumes his infinite form, immeasurable form, how will the devotee serve him? Therefore, the devotee is not interested in seeing that unlimited, infinite form of the Lord. He wants to see the Lord in a finite form which he can nicely worship. And that is how the Lord also, because the devotees want to worship. Just like when we made a temple here, what was our intention? Oh, we want to serve the Lord. If there is no temple, no deities, we all will feel very, there is no enthusiasm. We'll say, Arey, what Prabhuji, some temple should be there. At least one photo you keep. No, we want to serve the Lord. We want to do arti. We want to offer him bhoga. everything we want to do. That is how a temple manifests, because the group of devotees get together and they want to serve the Lord. They are so eager to serve the Lord. So they say, let us build a temple. And devotees, where we have money, we have no sources of income. That then Krishna sends money, he sends people, he takes on a form of deity, and he comes and he descends and he says, you are all so eager to serve me, so I have come. The Lord comes seeing our eagerness to serve him. And therefore, the Lord will remain here as long as we remain eager to serve him. That is why Prabhupada was so particular that deity worship, the standards have to be maintained at a very uniform level. The timings have to be impeccably maintained. 7:15 means 7:15 Shankha has to blow. 7:15 cannot become 7:16. 7:15 cannot become 7:14. 7:15 only it has to blow. And at the right time, the bhoga has to be offered, arati has to be offered, all these things are required. The temple has to be kept spick and span. It has to be kept clean and neat. And we have to engage in Sankirtan before the Lord. All these things. Why? These are all service for the Lord. Our chanting is a service for the Lord. Our Sankirtan is a service for the Lord. Cooking is a service for the Lord. Collecting money is a service for the Lord. Everything we do as a service for the deities. And we have to, in every activity that we do, we have to be conscious that whom we are doing it for. And as long as the consciousness is strongly present in all of our hearts, Krishna will also agree to remain here, to be served. Prem naiva bhakta hridayam sukhavidrutam syat. That is the essential ingredient of devotional service. Prema, love for Krishna. Unless we serve him lovingly, Krishna will not agree to be present in his deity form in the temple. He will go away. For him, what is the need to come here and stand here? He is not hungry. He is not poor. He is not waiting that, oh, there is nobody to worship me, come and worship me. No. Seeing our eagerness, Krishna says, okay, I agree to be worshipped by you. Therefore, in every activity that we do, we have to be conscious whom we are doing it for. We are doing it for the Supreme Lord, not for our personal convenience or satisfaction. We are chanting 16 malas for whom? As a service to the Lord. We are engaging in Sankirtan for whom? Not for our expressing our talent in singing. That is not the intention. Intention is to please the Lord. What are we cooking for? Not for satisfying our tongue. For us, some fruits and some very simple things we give is also enough. But for the Lord, opulent things have to be cooked and offered. When there is a festival, we offer a feast. Feast is not for us. Feast is for Krishna. We cook the feast and offer to Krishna. And Krishna is so nice, that same feast he will give us. And he will enhance the taste of that and give it to us. That is why the prasadam that we have in the temple, that taste can never be matched. Any 7-star hotel you go, the biggest chef in the world you get, he cannot match the taste that comes out of the prasadam in the temple. Why? Because Krishna has enhanced the taste. Oh, these devotees, with so much love, they have cooked and they have offered it to me. Krishna will increase the taste and give it to us. You enjoy now. And when devotees enjoy so tasty prasadam, Krishna becomes pleased. This is how Krishna is eager to receive our love. And therefore, even in the stage of Vaidhi Bhakti, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu states that nanopachara kritam pujanam artabandhoho prem naiva bhakta hridayam sukha vidrutam syat. Nanopachara kritam pujanam. In the various puja, archana of the archa vigrahas, archana vidhi, various offerings we have to do. We have to offer arti, we have to offer shodashopchar seva, we have to offer dress, we have to offer bhoga, so many things we have to do. And all of those activities, a devotee in the Vaidhi Bhakti stage, he does it with prem naiva, with love for the deities. When he does that, sukha vidrutam syat, his heart becomes filled with happiness. The key to a devotee's happiness and his enthusiasm in his devotional life is to serve the deities with love. And when that love is prominent in our heart, we will see everything will manifest in due course of time.